by the way. I was checking out the new mobile game that came out like a week or so ago, the Resident Evil survival unit game. It just turned out to be one of those like build a base unit like gotcha games. That's like
Which game?
the Resident Evil mobile game
Is it base
survival
building
unit.
in the style of like XCOM and that Fallout game where you build the vault?
No, it's not like Fallout. It's not like the Fallout.
Is it good though?
Have you played a similar game called State of Survival?
I don't think I have.
It's just one of those games that have like really long wait times. Like once you get like past level 50 or something, all the instruction times for all the buildings
Mm-hmm.
take like a day or 2 days. And you're just waiting for those to happen.
That sucks.
And then like the primary thing that you're doing is sending troops along a giant map with your alliance.
I hate
So it's
timers
just
in
like
games.
it's like a territory
Yeah,
uh,
I'm familiar with those.
war game. Yeah, it has some elements of the original like Resident Evil game, but that only happens within the first like half hour, which is essentially like to me a tutorial bit, and then the game asks you to rate if it's good or not, and it's like that's not even really the game. There's still some like segments of that when you play later, like days later, and once you get to a new chapter, then they might unlock like one more segment of Resident Evil type gameplay, and then it goes back to the stupid war territory
I see.
base building. And there's some like other tower defense minigame plots where you use the main characters to do stuff, which is kind of okay. There's some strategy to it. I like the strategy, but I don't like the main gameplay that happens after waiting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The gotcha's okay. I don't care about the gotcha. It's like it's. I mean, it's technically pay to win, but it's just like you do. Like, there's a small PvP segment which is completely random, and you can't control the characters. You can control their positioning, and that's it. But then it just goes on auto battle and do that. I keep playing the game now after a week because I like the community of my alliance. But other than that, like the gameplay itself. I was surprised because like Capcom and Aniplex were in it. I was like, they're not gonna get like voice actors and stuff for this or really good animation. It's just, this is it.
Alright, I've got everything except Will's figurine. Do we have a copy of his figurine over here? Yeah, here it is. Okay.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just clustering them into the pile here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're not doing anything with them just yet. This is just sort of prep. Technically, this is your token here, the airship, because you're in travel mode.
Okay.
Alright.
Now we've officially left Cromlin and Ten Pugs, and we're on the way. Did we like spend a week already? Or we're back to this map now, basically, or
Did you want to spend a week of downtime there, or were you just going to head right back? Because I thought the plan was to head right back to the teleporter and then go to Tyr.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that does sound about right, I guess.
But it's 8 days flying north to get to Hogele to the teleporter.
Right. Okay.
Grimorn has big plans for rebuilding the temple.
Yippers. Big plans.
All right. Taro says, I am being held up at the moment, so he's not going to make it, at least not yet. So we can start without him, and I'll autopilot his character a little bit. Let me find my map of Athos here. Put that on the screen. Yeah, that's too far west. Let's see. I have one that's by the Silt Sea. Where is the Silt Sea map? I got a lot of maps. A lot of maps. This one's pretty good. Alright, so looking at the tablelands, you guys were starting out from Cromlin, and Cromlin is right on the coast of the Silt Sea. It's a little bit west of Gustenel. You have defeated Dragos' army and accomplished your mission here. You stopped over to resupply. You acquired all the food and water that you're going to need for the trip. You had recently defeated a group of Wyvern Riders, and you resurrected one of them that you had defeated in battle, and to repay their debt, they have joined your crew. I've added them to your airship. So they're taking up spaces in the passenger slots, and their wyverns are in the hold as if they were cargo. But you can deploy them sort of like 10th level fighters, mercenaries that you can send out to do like air raids and stuff. They're pretty effective, and they use bows, so they have ranged attacks, and they can hover in place and do stuff. And they're from up north on the Breakshore. So you're going to be heading back towards their homeland pretty soon. And so because they know they're headed back towards where they came from, they're going to be excited. It's probably been I don't know, it's been days, several days at least. They haven't seen any of their fellow Wyvern Riders from the Breakshore in a while, so it'll be good when they pass through. The Breakshore is on the other side of the Silt Sea inlet. If you look at the map on the stream, the inlet goes pretty deep into the west towards the lake pit, the Dragon's Bowl.
Is it on the map? Oh. Oh, that map. Okay. Hold on. Over. Shoot. Hold on here. Okay, I'm looking at it on the corner of the table here. It said Lake Pit.
So you are currently in Cromlin, which is like at the north end of the Black Spine
Is
Mountains.
it past Dragon's Crown?
No. I was just saying that the Breakshore is east of the Dragon's Bowl. Just geographically.
Oh. Okay.
So you're basically flying towards Rom.
South of Rom?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
flying towards Rom.
Okay.
So what is everybody doing on the airship as you travel on day one? You travel during the night, so the crew has to light torches or candles or some other, implements, lanterns, things like that. That way they can see and work during the night. There's probably a little bit of moonlight. I'll have to roll for the weather.
Well, I always want to stop in Rom with my objectives there. With my the Dunais.
I rolled a 9.
Wait, Raleigh, you got an honest map? Where's
Pretty average. What was the question?
I said
You
I
said
always
where-
want to stop in Rom. I've got the more of a presence in Rom than any other city, in terms of how much time I spent, training, meeting agents, vetting them, deciding who to put in my cause, and then equipping.
So the Wyvern Riders are closely associated with Rom. They're actually former members of one of the noble houses of Rom. They were a military group that served one of the noble houses, and since the Civil War, their house has fallen into hard times, and they've turned to banditry. So you got this batch of NPCs on your ship that you can talk to about Rom, and you've got your agents, which you've sent in to infiltrate, which you could contact. Although I don't have anything prepared that I've worked on specifically for that.
Oh, that's fine. Well, look, we'll just go ahead and say that I'm stopping for a day to go ahead and do updates, authorize moves, maybe do some off-screen, you know, uh, terrorism against maybe. Well, let's see. The Urukites have a showing in here, don't they? And what Dradge also had a big following in Rom. They were trying to in all the directions that Rom is being pulled,
Yes.
right?
Anybody that can get
So
a piece is trying to get a piece of Rom because the Civil War and the death of their sorcerer queen, Abalak Ra, has thrown the whole region into turmoil, and everything is up for grabs.
so basically, what I propose is I'm gonna stop off in Rom and do a couple of maybe assassinations of some Templars in some Urukite or Dragon um, agents, that maybe my Dunais have found. And in terms of whatever monetary rewards would happen from that, I just roll that back into supporting the Dunais and making them stronger there. In our bid to try and have Ram stay neutral, but be able to stand on its own 2 feet. But basically, get it able to have some solidarity, some normalcy and stability, without having to have swearing fealty to a sorcerer king.
Question:
The
Are you
goal, of course.
discussing this with your party, or are you just saying this to the DM?
It's to the DM, but this is definitely something that I've talked about with you guys at different points over the past months. Um, and, this is something that, well, we want another tier. Could Rom become another city-state like tier? Um, we don't want it to just empower Uruk or Dradge.
If you're discussing these
Obvi-
things publicly, it's going to interest the Wyvern Riders quite a bit.
Well, let's see here.
So really, my question is, what level of secrecy are you employing here? Do you keep it to yourself? Do you speak just amongst the party, or is this open discussion amongst the crew?
Let's see here. Mm, it, it's something that, Grimorn, Ringsight, and Morg and I have talked about at length. Am I saying all of this out loud? Yeah, no, I don't want them to know necessarily everything that I'm up to, because I don't know where their allegiances lie. But from what little I've met of the Wyvern Riders, they don't seem to have a all-out allegiance generally towards Uruk or Dradge, or Nibene for that matter, right? But Nibene is the third player in this game, right?
Their only allegiance is to Rom itself.
Which is good for me.
No. It's kind of a selfish, self-centered orientation. Because Rom has fallen into chaos, they are every man for himself, but they are a military group, so they're banded together, at least in that sense, as bandits.
Well, I know you don't have anything prepared just yet on this topic, but I would like to discuss and learn, what their experience is in Ram, about their noble house. What was it the noble house did before that had them, in the lap of luxury, or not maybe not the lap of luxury, but had things working for them before, right? Where their money came from, because they're a military organization. They just, had consistent contracts, or or what. Um, so but basically trying to figure out who the movers and shakers are so that I can better direct my um I don't say this to the women writers, but I can better direct my team.
All
I just
right.
thought I act like just a concerned citizen that oh, I've never been to Rom, I've just only been passing through. What's it like? I've never met any women riders.
Okay. Well, when they hear that you're going to be passing through Rom, the Wyvern Riders are happy to reunite with their comrades in the mountains, but they hate Rom. Especially Lorana. She holds a deep grudge because she lost 3 of her brothers in the Noble Wars. And Marduk Asham is the last son of a fallen house, and he wants revenge against the nobles for abandoning his family during the Civil War. So they will definitely spit in distaste at the idea of approaching Rom. Um,
Huh.
Jorik, the one that you resurrected from the dead, he's got all these scars and one ruined eye, and he's interested in getting back to civilization because he wants to get some coin. He's all about that money. And Taleza has been probably spending more time with Ringsight. Taleza is very spiritual and sees visions and thinks that there's some destiny at play here that the others don't see. And then there's Kiru. Kiru is interested in the elements. So he's also kind of interested in the power of air and fire that makes your ship run.
Okay.
So even though they're not aware of your plans, they seem like they'd be interested in doing some harm to the nobles.
Well, if we can spend an extra day here, I would not mind doing my part. Like we could go ahead and I could talk to some of my Dunais, and I don't say this to them. This is not being said. I'm gonna go into Rom. What I'll tell the women writers is, well, I would like to stop in Rom. If you are interested in coming with, you are invited. Um, but if you want to go visit your homes up in the mountains, you know, I've who did they swear fealty to? They swore allegiance to just us in general, or was it Grimorn, or did they,
There was
for right,
there was a
hunting?
negotiation. One of them had already been defeated and fell to his death, and you had offered to bring him back from the dead if they would swear to serve as mercenaries for the airship. And they,
And Grimorn raised him, so therefore it's kind of like they swear to Grimorn in a sense, yeah?
yeah, they owe a debt for the life of their man, and
Right.
that's earned a bit of loyalty and a ceasefire in their banditry against your airship. They know how powerful you are now, and they're wary of attacking you openly as they did before. So, if they can make some money serving you, they'll do that because they are sort of Ronin that don't have a master at the moment.
Right. Well, I'll ask if Grimorn wants to take them on the ship, over to the mountains and, to their homes. But I would like to stop in Rom for at least, a
The
night.
Wyvern Riders say when you pass through the mountains of the Breakshore, you will surely encounter the rest of the Wyvern Riders, but we can negotiate on your behalf. With our blessing, we should be able to pass through the mountains without trouble, without incident.
I should like to discuss with the rest of your Wyvern Riders, actually. Perhaps our objectives align more than, well, I had originally thought.
Is Rom still currently in
Civil
Civil
War?
War?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Agents of the 3 nearest city-states have been manipulating things and funding the different factions against each other, and in the chaos, nobody's managed to take the upper hand yet.
What are
Well,
the
now
different
that's good.
factions?
The Urakites, the Nibene faction, and Draj. Draj has agents that are picking off anybody they can kidnap for slavery from the outskirts of Rom.
Something I have not
Dredge.
really figured out is how to encourage Rom to get its independence from this state of, absolute bedlam and madness and chaos, um, to stand on its own 2 feet instead of just, oh, well, we're kind of aligned with Nibene, so you should pick Nibene, right? I kind of don't want that because if we make Nibene too powerful, he'll just become the next Boris.
Nibene would be more active in Rom, but the logistics are not in his favor. Uruk is closer and has a better maintained road and a bigger military. Nibene's
Yeah.
military has already been taxed by fighting the Dre from
Pelicans. Oh,
Guistanel
yeah,
and
that's right.
the Gith, the armies of Gith, and they've drained their resources quite a bit. The defiling in the region has caused the ecology to be terribly poisoned. After the war, it's been pretty rough in the region around Nibene.
Okay. Well, so I kind of feel like, and obviously Dradge just kind of still has his head up its ass in a little bit. Their Sorcerer King is not nearly as organized or effective. He's just more of a tyrant. I mean, they're all tyrants, but less effectively so, I suppose, than Hamanu. Um, so anyway, my prediction is I go meet with the Dunais, right? After meeting with some of the noble tribesmen of the Wyvern Riders, because that's before we make it to Rom, right? In terms of meeting with the Wyvern Riders, we can roleplay that if you'd like. Otherwise, I'll just do some carousing there. Hold a feast of some kind, maybe.
Well,
Just
hang on. Let's do these things sequentially a little bit. So
sequentially.
we're not there
Okay.
yet. So we're still at the stage where you're traveling on the airship, and
Okay.
so we've covered like you're discussing and planning and strategizing
Plan.
and talking to some
Yeah.
of the NPCs. Morg, what are you doing on the airship during the travel time?
Mostly keeping an eye out with their scout.
All right, so you and the scout are keeping an eye out. Now, you travel during the night, and you have night vision, but it's limited. And so you're basically only able to detect what's really close nearby, stuff that comes close like birds, and things that are in the distance, you might only notice them if they're highlighted by the moon. Plus, there's often a lot of silt in the air, and everybody's going to need to wear masks or cover their face to protect against the silt in this region. So if you're staying above deck, you're going to get real silty and dirty, and the air quality is going to be low.
I got
That's
my
okay.
By the equilibrium,
I
do
got
I
my special mask.
Yeah,
I
everybody
said,
needs a
oh,
good mask.
Yeah, we should all have masks.
I have one. I was wondering if maybe my powers would.
They changed something. They reset stuff on the tabletop. Okay.
They redid the whole engine, I believe. Unity 14 or something like that, like the newest Unity build. They ported the entire game into the new build of Unity. So they've done 5 updates in the last 2 days. There's probably some bugs and weirdness. I don't know.
No, but your keys, if you had some changes made, they're all reset.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm not
Z
surprised.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. Yeah, they changed it.
So, Morg, you were tasked by the conservatory to investigate areas of intense ecological damage. You could actually visit the region where Nibene attacked the army of Gith and investigate that and report that to your druid gang. Would you like to detour to do that before heading north? Because it's so close.
I'm sorry, what was it? The report to the druid gang?
All right, so one of your quests as the High Druid is to investigate all of the regions where Defiler magic has destroyed the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those regions is a new region caused by Nibene fighting the Gith army. And it's just southwest of here. You could get there in like 3 hours if you want to devote some of your time to visiting before heading out.
Am I looking at the same map as you guys? We're in like the current region with the.
Yeah, this is before the map. Before we get on this map.
Yeah,
the
not
main
yet.
Map.
Not yet. So, if I bring up the other map, you are at Cromlin, which is at the south end of the Bay of Moray. So you could fly over the Black Spine Mountains to find the battlefield where Nibene fought the Gith and determine how much damage was done. It's an option. Do you want to tell the crew about it and have them detour?
Yeah, we can do the detour.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, we were at Cromlin. Instead of flying directly north over the Silt Sea, we're going west?
Well, I'm just trying to touch on each character and what your goals are. So I'm just asking Morg if he would like to work on one of his goals while you're so close to it, because it's not far.
Okay.
But that's up to you,
I'm for
Long. You could come back to it later, or you could head north, or you could
Yeah,
detour.
we should probably do it before we forget about it. And we're just here. I don't think we're going to be coming back here for a while, no?
Yeah, maybe not.
Might as well do it. Unless we have like an urgency to go somewhere else right now.
Okay, I'm actually here now. Hello.
Yeah, good.
Hey.
It was basically just an advertisement I was forced to watch. That they didn't know was an advertisement.
Anyway, this is Morg's side quest. What does Morg say? Long? Are you muted? Yeah, I can hear you.
Going on with a lot of defiling going on. Just study it and see what we can do to restore the rest of the area.
All right, then. So, the ship spends several hours traveling to the southwest towards Nibene to the site of the battlefield. Roll a nature check. You're gonna have to go down and investigate the site. So once you get there, you can hop on your flying carpet and descend down to the source of the defiling magic. A vast scar in the terrain where all the plants are dead. And their corpses. 15?
Yeah.
Oh, your audio cut out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
May I ask what happened while I was gone?
A whole lot of
planning
planning. Yeah.
Planning to do what?
So I'll say, so if you look at the table, it has us on the northern area. We're not quite there yet. What we needed you to do is go to the map in the bottom, that corner of the table, the Tablelands map. So if we're at Cromlin still. We have not actually left Cromlin yet. What we're doing is planning to hit a couple of places on our way back to the northeast, because there's a number of things going on that align with some of our objectives. For example, Morg is going to try and visit and sample the devastation from Nibene's battle against the Zwoon, and the defiling that happened there. I want to stop off at Ram instead of kind of the Wyvern Riders we picked up by Ram, because it's kind of on the way. It's a little bit of a jog west, but whatever. And then and Grimorn, the Riven Riders basically swore allegiance to Grimorn because he resurrected one of their leaders. So he's got some things. Um, One of them might be of interest to you. Kiru, she is she, one of the Riven Riders, is interested in the elements. Might be a possible convert to either the flame or the wind.
Wait, what did we do with the Wyvern Riders? We just adopted them, didn't we? Well, I did.
Sort of. They're in the whole. They're on the ship.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries that we are cultivating a relationship with. One of the things that I've been working on is trying to stabilize ROM, but stabilize it and have it be another tier, a kingless, independent region that does not support either Uruk or Dradge, or even Nibene. I mean, if Nibene if we have to, but I would rather not have it be a Nibene thing. You know, but obviously, you know, the more we can have more tier-like regions, the better chance we've got, I think. And oh, by the way, was Rom supposed to give slaves to Boris every year?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They still do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
The nobles work
Who
it out.
officiates that? Oh, geez. Okay.
They have an agreement. That's one thing they have to uphold just so that they can maintain their power struggle.
Okay. Well, that's the recap.
Okay, so one other detail. So, Morg, remembering your time in Buried City, the ruins of Magubliet, the dead city of the goblins, roll another knowledge nature to remember how much damage was done there.
I'm sorry, cut out. What happened in the buried city?
Roll another knowledge nature
City?
to see how
the
much
pilot?
you learned about Magubliet when you were there. I'm adding these to my notes for your report to the consortium. So you've got a 15 in Nibene. I need a roll for Buried City, and then when you get to Trollgrave, we'll do a roll there too. There's not really a DC, but the better the roll, the more knowledge gained.
I switched to my phone because the Wi-Fi in the house is bad, so I'm just going to use my mobile data for the Discord call. What were you
Alright.
saying?
Yeah, I was having a hard time hearing you sometimes too. It was pretty bad. I wonder what's wrong with Wi-Fi. I've been having Wi-Fi issues here at my house too. Okay, so
Yeah, I went there. Well, you
so
said you needed me to roll something?
roll another knowledge nature check. This time it is your memory of the buried city Magubliet, the dead city of the goblins.
That's a lot better. It was more recent. 23.
All right, I added that to my notes. So, you've checked Nibene, you've checked Buried City, and the last one on my list for now is the Trollgrave Chasm, which you've heard is pretty terrible, but nobody's visited it yet because it's overrun with trolls. So if you go there, you can do another check and add it to your list, and then you can bring it back to the Dragon Bowl and report what you found in the Kern region. They'd be fascinated to find out how much damage has been done in the world just in the last year.
Yeah, because most of the damage was like from a giant war with the Sorcerer Kings, right? So this is all more recent.
Yes. Trollgrave is ancient. Buried City of Magubliet is ancient, but things have changed there recently, so that's interesting, and you have a lot of information about that. Not so much information about Nibene. It's been a while since the battle, and a lot of the remains have been cleaned up by carrion feeders and the occasional cleric bearing remains or making an offering. Scavengers have looted any armor and weapons, and even the bloodstains have been washed away by the ever-moving wind and sand. But you can see that all of the plant life is dead, and there is ash everywhere. The signs of the battle are obvious to a druid, at least. All right, so Morg is continuing his quest, and then Ringsight. The Wyvern Riders are mercenaries, but a couple of them have some religious beliefs. So Kiru Dustdrinker believes that the elemental winds have chosen the raiders, and he sees the airship as a divine challenge that must be conquered to prove worth. And since you are now working with the airship, or like they are working with the airship, he has changed his opinion, not that he needs to conquer the airship, but that he needs to maybe be the best wingman for the airship that he can. It's become sort of his goal, his object of what he orients himself around. So he's very interested in that task, and he's obsessed with the skies. So he is also keeping watch with Morg and your lookout. The other one,
This is wyvern eat.
the wyverns generally eat meat.
We're gonna need a lot of meat for this freaking ship.
You did buy a whole bunch of meat, I believe.
Practically runs on it at this point.
The other one that goes out of her way to talk to you is Taleza, the pale Sirocco. Oh, no, wait. Taleza was a guy. Yeah, that's right. In the image I generated, it was a man. Anyway, he's an albino Ramite with wind-burned cheeks, and he claims that he saw a vision of the airship falling from the sky and believes fate demands that she fulfill the storm that was foretold. So there's some divination at work. Taleza sees visions of the future in dreams and believes that the airship is somehow fated and important in Taleza's story. So she's going to pay a lot of attention to you as like sort of the spiritual person on the ship preaching about the air and the sky. And so Taleza will be fascinated and ask a lot of questions about the airship and your religion.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna encourage the first guy you mentioned.
Kiru, Dustdrinker.
Mr. Dustdrinker. I would like to encourage him to essentially train the rest of the crew. Because I'm concerned that he's a competent warrior, and I'd like him to pass on his skills so our crew won't immediately disintegrate in a fight.
All right. That might appeal to his belief that it's a divine challenge.
Expand your ranks. That aside, the other one who I remembered their name, but then I started talking about the other guy and I lost it again.
Taleza, the pale Sirocco.
The pale Sirocco. I know the word Sirocco.
The dust storm.
Cloud.
Sirocco is a days or weeks long dust storm.
I'm going to attempt to convince her privately, because that's not great for morale exactly, that if the ship is like doomed and destined to fall, then it won't be for no reason whatsoever. Rather, how about fate I also see visions of the future, you know, and fate can be manipulated, and sometimes you want to do that because what it has in store is not pleasant. So if the ship is destined to fall, perhaps your goal is to, you know, get it to the highest peaks first, and make its collapse count.
All right. Putting up the images on the stream. Kiru isn't human. Kiru is a
Aaron?
Ganassi.
What?
A
Whoa.
Ganassi with pale, cracked skin like sandstone and glowing blue eyes.
It is You know, it's new for the half-breed, the hybrid races, the Genasi, the Kuifling, and the Asma, or whatever. It's weird to see those and be like, oh, you're new. You're a bit of a rare boy, aren't you?
I didn't know
Rather than just,
Ganassi
oh,
were in
hello,
Darkstone.
Yep.
hello, Snowflake.
Yeah, they're not common, but they exist, and they're here and there. There was one other Ganassi that the party interacted with quite a long time ago. It was just a little side thing. It barely mattered. But there is a small tribe of Ganassi in the desert near Tyr.
Oh,
All right.
What about him?
Yeah, just making a note. Letting you know, they're not human. They're a little unusual. So maybe that's related to why they believe that the elemental winds have chosen the Wyvern Riders to deal with the
but
airship.
to be clear, an Air Ganassi. Not
Yes, an Air Ganassi.
Of a sandstorm, I suppose?
Yeah. So that's why Kiru and Taleza are both interested in Ring Sight. They're both sort of air related, although they are not clerics per se. They're just sort of religious.
Oh, that's actually a good opportunity for me. Let me grab something. Where is it? No. Are any of them spellcasters?
No. The Wyvern Riders are all rangers. They're fighter ranger hybrids, arcane archers and hunters.
Alright, I have my ultimate offer to tempt them into service.
They're already in service. Why do you need to tempt them?
No, in the sense that I'll explain. Just if. Oh wait, hang on. I actually have this. Ignore my previous phrasing. I would like to. Hang on. Who's the most dexterous among, or the least dexterous among them?
They all have 18 in dex, I think. I just used the same stats for all of them.
Very skillful. Would any of them like to use my cloud cover outfit?
You're just gonna give it away?
Well, not give it away, but so long as they're here, they can make use of it, probably. In fact, actually, if the eyes of the eagle... Sorry, I'm holding this up for a second. Do these do the same thing? Allow you to view distant objects as they would have scope, and this one... Just that... Okay. The guy who thinks that he's incredibly important and wants to be. He may use the eyes of the eagle for his group joining ours.
I'm sorry, which one?
Requires attunement crystal lenses over the eyes. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks of sight, and you can make out the details of...
You're going to give that to Kiru?
Yes.
The Ganassi? Eyes of
If
the
he's the
eagle.
one who thinks he's important, then yes.
He's the one that believes he was chosen by the wind.
Yes.
All right. And the other one, Joruk Three Bolts, is swearing he will become a fire cultist after he was resurrected. He has a certain fiery zeal in his eyes. He might multi-class yet a third time into cleric.
Sorry, what's his current multi-class?
Like I said, they are fighter rangers. 6 levels of fighter, 4 levels of ranger. Arcane archer hunter.
Arcane Archer, Hunter, Fire Priest.
He's got 14 wisdom. It's not too bad.
True. Although I would suspect he'd just put all of his spells into things that let him shoot more people.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he'll become the party healer for his gang.
Now, there was 5 of them, you said? How many was it?
6.
Okay, I've got Joruk, 3 bolts, Taleza, the Pale Sirocco, Hiru, Dustdrinker.
I'll just put it in the Discord if you want to add it to your
Yeah, there you
notes. Bam.
Thank you.
It's not letting me. It's too long. Hold on. Let me split it in half. That's the first 3. That's the second 3.
Now, is Sarish Vek, the Sky Captain, that's the one that we resurrected?
No, no, no. Joruk 3 bolts is the one who was resurrected.
So, yeah, especially the one. Yeah. Okay.
A scarred juggernaut with 1 ruined eye. Gruff, impatient, relishes a clean shot. And he's going to become a radical fire cleric. Oh, that's a bad combination.
Wait,
He
repeat the first
sounds
half of that sentence.
he sounds absolutely unhinged.
Wait, repeat the first part of the sentence.
Well, he's a scarred juggernaut with 1 ruined eye. Gruff, impatient, and relishes a clean shot. And he's about to become a radical fire cleric.
Oh dear, and he's a hunter, and he's a, Oh, he was the mercenary one?
Yeah, one of the most mercenary of the group. They all have
don't know
different
what-
reasons for doing what they do.
Like some kind of adventuring party or something.
I would say out of them, Sarish Vek is the least happy right now because he was the leader of the band of bandits and his plans have been disrupted. How is he going to build his sky realm if he's subservient to others? So,
Sorry, you wanted to build a sky realm?
yeah, he wants to be the lord of the skies, and then along comes your airship and just kicks his ass. So,
I have an opportunity for you if you stop being a dick.
and he's not being a dick. He just has the most reason to be resentful.
Well, I don't see why we can't be on. I don't see why you'd have to give up on that. You sort of have it. I'm going to say this in character, actually. In fact, I'll even give up if Morg has the scouting taken care of. Then I'll give up that entirely, just to spend more time with the Wyvern Riders and figuring out what makes them tick. And in fact, so what's stopping you from? It sounds like you're already accomplishing your dream of making your Sky Realm. You have the Wyvern Riders. This what do you call it? Cadre Haven, whatever you call it, in the mountains with your soldier brothers.
More a loose association of bandits and mercenaries. He only has direct control over these 6.
Okay, so is what's stopping you a solid stream of income? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that, because of the fall of Ram and like all of you who are Wyvern Riders were part of one house that once enjoyed the benefits of Ramite civilization?
House of Sham.
House of Sham. Okay.
Let's see, where's my picture of Marduk? He wears a lot of livery. Lorana also wears a bunch of patches from the different houses people that she's killed from each of the different houses of Ram. And then Marduk, he wears some very noble-looking sashes and ornamentation of his house. so let's see. After Morg finishes checking out the damage from the war, everybody flies back up to the airship, and you travel to the north. And towards the end of your first day of travel, you are going to be out over the Silt Sea. And everybody who's keeping watch can roll a perception check. I'm going to roll one for the crew member, but he only rolls an 8. That's like a 13. Let's see. If he's using a looking glass, he might have advantage. Only boost it to a 15. He doesn't notice anything particularly interesting. Morg, would you like to make a roll?
Yeah, perception roll.
Yeah, make a perception roll. It's almost sunrise, and you're out over the Silt Sea.
$23 for me if I get to while still talking to the Riven Riders.
21.
21 and a 23. The Wyvern Riders were down in the hold, so I'm going to say Orin, your roll doesn't actually count.
Fair.
The 21, though, Morg, you get a sense of something. There's like a breathing in the silt. A massive patch of silt below the airship rises and falls like a lung. Roll a knowledge nature check.
Nature.
15. All right. So you get a sense that there is a massive silt horror colony. They might be breeding. A mass of silt horrors is sort of swirling beneath the airship in the Silt Sea, and there are tendrils of electrostatic dust reaching upwards and a crackle of electricity. There's some unnatural downdrafts, and the airship is going to have a little difficulty. Who's driving? Grimorn, you're usually the driver, right? Do you want to make a piloting roll for me? Chris? Wisdom pilot? You there, Chris? AFK? What's up?
Oh, that's odd.
Huh.
Doesn't hold on a second.
He seems to be not here.
Yeah. Chris. It's a Chris. Alright. Well, he's not doing anything. Ringsite. Ringsite, there are unnatural downdrafts. Can you do something to fix that with your air magic?
Yes, I can make unnatural updrafts.
You're going to counter the downdrafts with an updraft.
Yes.
Roll for Grimoire for his wisdom mod and proficiency. It's 29.
Yeah, Krios, could you roll me a wisdom piloting check? The airship is being pulled in an unnatural downdraft.
Yeah. What's the level of difficulty?
DC 15. Wisdom piloting.
$31.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, thanks to some quick use of air magic to counter the downdraft and some efficient piloting, you managed to avoid the trap. The silt horror colony is unable to suck the airship down into the vortex. All right.
We gotta be careful.
So, day 2. Day 2 is going to bring you into the Right Gauntlet Mountains near Rom. So there are two sets of Gauntlet Mountains. There's the left Gauntlet Mountains, which are further north, and there's the right Gauntlet Mountains, which are right on the coastline. And that's where you first encountered the Wyvern Riders. And as you fly out over those Gauntlet Mountains, other Wyvern Riders will fly nearby, and your own
There's more
squad,
of them.
your own squad of Wyvern Riders will fly out in advance and warn them off and tell them that this airship has their protection and shouldn't be harassed by the Wyvern Riders of the Gauntlet Mountains. They have a decent amount of pull, so I'm going to give them advantage. I roll a 14. Let's see. 14. That's not good enough. You missed it by 1. So it seems like negotiations are going to go poorly. You don't have Soul anymore. He can't do his encouragement, but Grimorn,
So-
maybe you could throw a spell at it.
Well, we could definitely roleplay this out. I feel like this makes sense that we are traveling through on our airship, and we're kind of going directly down to the middle of House Asham Wyvern Rider territory. The Wyvern Riders that are with us negotiate on our behalf, but the other guys are like, fuck that. Look at this. This is either a prize or bullshit that they're flying through our territory like this.
I'm gonna
Leave it molested.
I'm gonna ride in on my on Butterfly.
The other captain is skeptical.
Drake.
He's skeptical of what the Wyvern Riders that are on your side have told him, and he says, "You just want to keep it all for yourself. We demand a tax. Fork over some of your cargo as payment for flying through our territory." And the Wyvern Riders are saying, "But this is our territory too. You can't tax us in our own land." He says, "Not you, them." And he says, "We're all together." And so they argue. They're fighting about it. And it goes on for a couple minutes of shouting at each other.
Can I fly up there?
Sure.
You
Yeah,
come
anybody
with me
can.
on, the on Butterfly if you want.
Anybody can get in on it. It's
Also,
happening
time
nearby.
Of day is nighttime, or it's nearly daytime. You say?
We went into day 2, so it is sunset of day 2.
Okay.
So it's like the
Just so
beginning
I
of
can
your
sort of
day,
up-
since it's sort of reversed. You fly at night, so sunset is like morning for you.
Yeah. Just to conserve on my boots, I'd like to fly as a bat in between. Interposed the white. Sorry, Windrake in between me and the sun, so I have the shadow to fly in, and then when we get close, I'll just poof into a normal human. But I'll so I'm just floating up there in the sky, and I will approach the wyvern, and so they're hovering up there. I'm imagining this scene. The wyverns can all hover. So can the windrake. They're all hovering there while their riders are shouting at each other. And now Ringsight is here and can approach. I'm gonna start just floating up towards the two men. And what I'd like to do is handle animal so that the wyverns do not see me as a threat. And do not want to gnash their teeth at me as I approach.
As trained
but
mounts,
I'm
they're all kept in check by their riders. None of them divert towards you.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem here?
Yeah.
We're not leaving empty-handed. Give us something,
Why?
or we'll take it.
No,
Well-
why do you want us to give it to you?
Roll an insight.
All right, then I will.
Because they're
The
greedy.
way you said that just made me think. Roll. Why don't you roll it insight and find out?
Well,
what I'm being
but-
dared
but-
to.
I'd like to pipe in and say,
I got a 19.
listen,
Okay. So, He's bluffing strength, but you sense hunger. There's a gauntness and a thinness to these raiders. They're attacking out of hunger more than anything else, and he refuses to leave empty-handed, for his men will starve.
Okay, I have an immediate solution to this problem. You know,
Meat is
There's
always a
no-
solution.
there is no need to fight here, really. Hey, how about we discuss the travel over a nice, long, hearty meal fit for kings? What do you say?
You gonna bribe him with food?
No, I'm simply inviting him to a diplomatic negotiation worthy of his status.
Yeah, he's cautious, and he's not going to fall into your trap.
Well, that's fine. But in the small amount of time that I've spent speaking with, mostly with Sarish, I think, but also with Kiru and maybe Jorik. But the point is, it sounds like we could make a relationship. We could be partners of sorts. You can definitely have some of our spoils, but we'd like to discuss how we can benefit each other.
All right. Well, if you're offering food, he's not going to come to a meal and be trapped, but he will take
we can
a bribe of
partner
food.
down there.
Yeah, he doesn't have to come on board to have the meal. We can take a stop over here to discuss.
I'm looking at what you got on your ship. Not a lot. Not a lot that a wyvern's gonna want to eat. You've got 2 lizard meat. You've got 11 cank globules.
I bought a lot of meat for Butterfly. He's going to have to go hunting for a bit.
Oh,
Well,
here it is. 100 erdlu meat. That's what you bought last time. So how much of your 100...
Stock up last week.
Sorry, what?
Didn't what was it, Ringsight spend like 100 silver, 100 gold or something on a bunch of like restocking stuff?
So you have
Yeah.
500 fruit, which is enough for 8 days of travel, with 52 left over. So that's for the crew, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't count any wyverns or bribes to the wyvern riders in this region. You've got 100 erdlu meat.
Okay, I have 2 things. One, just as an aside to you guys, Heroes Feast, right? That's step 1. But step 2, I was thinking, if we
No,
need
we're not giving them arrows fees
Why not?
Okay, well, listen.
because it's not gonna feed them. It's only for 12 people.
Well, then,
And
Yeah,
it's
how
very
we
and it's
don't need all
very
of this for the negotiation.
and it's very expensive.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
how are you
Well-
affording to cast that every day?
I've been collecting gems and everything.
Okay, well, listen. The other thing that I was thinking of is we just flew over a silt horror spawning pool or bed or whatever it was, right? Maybe what we need to do is do a little backtrack today.
They ordered.
What kind of creatures are we trying to feed here?
Wyverns.
Different.
They need
And
to eat
wyverns-
meat.
How much how much food do we need to give them?
4 pounds would feed a wyvern, and 2 would feed a
What?
person. So they
I
want
thought it would
6
be in
each.
the tons.
So that would
I
be a minimum of 36 pounds of food to bribe them off.
So I pull out of my bag 40 pounds of air drake meat out of my
Hey,
out of
Oh,
my
Where the frick did you get that?
bag of
fancy meat. All right.
I don't remember Butterfly losing his tail.
You don't remember that when we got Butterfly, we killed a couple of the air drakes.
Okay, Tom, stop talking.
I'm
Okay,
a collector of very
Even
rare meat.
so, he make my companion here makes a good point. what better bonding exercise than a hunting expedition?
Right. So that's one thing I was thinking of, is that we could go hunting some. We just passed by a silt horror spawning. Um, I'm sure there will be all manner of different meats that the wyverns will find delectable. Uh, but the thing is we can do this as a group, and I think maybe you will appreciate our martial prowess, and perhaps we could see yours as well in a way that allows us to negotiate about um what kinds of of things we could do for each other.
All right. Well, wyvern riders cannot hunt silt horrors very effectively because they'd get grabbed and pulled down into the silt and they'd die. So if you're able to hunt the silt horrors, that would be a food source that they didn't normally have access to. And it would impress them if you can do it. But you'd have to backtrack. It's about a day's travel.
Yeah. Well, they're invited to come along with. At least the leaders of the different tribes of the Asham house. Right, whoever the movers and shakers are in this tribe, I feel like the captains, the chiefs, whichever term they use, I would like to take some time to go out and meet them. And I don't know Ramite culture that well, but I would assume that based on their militaristic mannerisms and background, that a simple salute from my upbringing in Altaruk would be able to be a way of showing some kinship in that regard.
Well, you will find that these wyvern riders come in groups of 1d6. Sometimes they're solo, and sometimes they're a group as big as the one that you encountered.
Huh,
Somewhere
okay.
in between, but they're a loose association, and many of them are doing the every man for himself lifestyle. Some of them have banded together, like this group with your airship here, but most of them are just out on their own trying to survive, like these ones here. This will feed them for a day, and they're happy.
I'm not even sure why we're feeding them and rewarding such bad, barbaric behavior of trying to rob us.
Calm, my friend. Yes, they are trying to rob us, but I am hoping to find these are highly skilled warriors, and if we can rely on them in any capacity, I think that they're a military asset for the stabilization of Ram that we can't overlook. And I think this is an opportunity here to get an in with one of the strong. Okay, it's a lot like what we're doing up in what's this place?
Kern.
Up in Hoggle. Well, yeah, Kern, and that we are turning bandit clans into some kind of stable society. Ha ha ha.
Hopefully.
Right.
Not the ones that you earthquaked 3 times.
Right. But the final goal is to make Tyr not the only one in the Tablelands of its kind. And I think we've got a shot here with the Wyvern Riders of House of Sham.
Where we are on the map right now?
We're off of this Kern map. We're still a table, like middle of the Tablelands, actually.
Yeah. Not there yet.
Okay, but Morg, what do you think about that? Yay, nay?
I'm all for
Okay, no?
helping them settle their things in ROM. If they're willing to be more or less team players in the whole business of getting rid of the sorcerer kings or trying
Right.
to help in just regarding keeping the peace, I'm fine with helping tip things in their favor.
Okay, so
I hope that they would eventually not have to resort to banditry like this if things
right.
were stabilized. I'm fine with that.
Well, here's my thinking on that, and this is all telepathic. Okay. Um, so I don't think we, just our little band of heroes of Tyr, have the monetary resources to really carry on as a retinue of just all the Wyvern Riders, right? I think what we're going to have to do to make this really work is dig into the pockets of Nibene to try and have him bankroll these guys with meat, um, I suppose, for a while to try and work. So here's the way I'm thinking about this. The Wyvern Riders of House of Sham, they're already working as bandits.
Yes.
They fly around Ram in kind of the periphery all the time as bandits. All we need to do is take that banditry and focus it into more of a blockade type role of especially against Urukite and Drajan trade caravans or even military assets, right?
I just want to figure out more about them. So far, my only experience with these guys is like, hey, definitely, you're crossing our territory with their freaking growling stomachs.
Right.
It's like, I don't think your heart's in this.
Well, their area is in civil
Like these
war.
are exceptions.
The regular production of food has probably been disrupted by all of the infighting amongst the noble houses. And so there's a lot of starving refugees and mercenary bandits that are just out trying to survive due to the
I would
chaos
like
in the
to
region.
try to ingratiate myself to them.
All right.
You do the ingratiating part. I'm working as like a fellow kind of mercenary commander of sorts.
All right.
I
So
don't
you
like
spend some time carousing with the Wyvern
Yeah.
Riders of the region,
Yeah.
building a relationship that you can exploit later to attack Rom and conquer it.
I guess we can leave it at that, I suppose. I guess I've said all my pieces. Okay, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right. Well,
Do we need to roll out the hunt with the silt horrors, or I mean, now that we know where it is and we can keep the airship out of harm's way, we can go ahead and just wrangle up some of these things.
okay. Well, the Wyvern Riders are afraid of the silt horrors, and they're not that keen on doing it, especially since you've already fed them.
Well, right, but we're gonna bring back a couple of tons of calamari.
Well, you've boasted that you can do it, but they're skeptical. They don't really believe you. Is the party actually going to follow through on that plan? Are you going to burn the day to do it?
I think burning the day, because here's look.
I
also,
don't have that much that much meat. I need it for my boy.
Yeah,
For my
good
special
good
boy.
point. Good
Well,
point.
well-
You want to get some food, so that makes sense. It's better than buying it.
And it's better than buying it. It's fresh, and also we have good food. I mean, silt horror meat is not really great for people, but it's great for wyverns, right? And giants and things like that, right? I don't know how tasty it is for us.
I just realized something. Does our airship have a name?
The Dreadnought.
All right, then I will invite them aboard to witness the wonders of the dreadnought.
All right.
Also, just as an aside to you guys, I feel like this is an opportunity to have exceptionally talented warriors, mercenaries,
Yes.
for the price of food, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've been looking around to hire mercenaries that I can trust as agents for the Dunais. I've been looking across the tablelands like that, and this seems to be an exceptional opportunity. So yes, I would like to spend a day here to go ahead and hunt some silt horror meat for the wyverns, set them up. We can dry it out. We can do all of these things to it. Heck, I suppose even since I think don't we have at least one or two oh, what's my beetle? Cank ranchers. No, don't we have some canks that make the honey such that well, canks don't actually make honey. Wezzers make honey.
They make
It's
globules.
effectively honey.
Cank globules, do they have antibacterial properties? Can I use that basically to cure meats in a way like honey cured meat?
Yeah, I think you could. You only have 2 canks on the Dreadnought, though, so they only produce a couple of cank globules per day. It's not a lot to work with.
That's just it. I don't need to put a whole lot of honey on the meat. It's just enough to slather it on to do the curing, so that way when we bring these back, you know, it's like, you know, all the different ways you do refrigeration back in the days before refrigeration. Curing meats, just air drying them is one way, but honey cured is a little better. So anyway, that's my proposition, is that we use some survival skills and some butchering skills. We've got a lot of skills on the ship. Plus, you know, Junithu is good at cooking, so that's what I'm proposing. I don't know if you. I don't think you plan to run this in camera. We don't have to run it on camera either.
I'm thinking about how to do it. So when you do get to the area where the silt horrors are breeding, they're gargantuan creatures that burrow in the silt. So you're aware of their presence because of the effects. You can see the maelstrom formed by their swimming, and you can see the lightning in the silt, in the storm brewing above it. But you can't actually see them. You don't have line of sight. They're obscured down in the silt, burrowing around in there. It gives them a lot of cover too, so you're
Butterfly has blind sight.
You've probably
And
encountered black silt horrors before. Black silt horrors are the smallest and most common silt horrors. White horrors are very common as well, and they are gargantuan in size.
Okay, well, this is going to be a more challenging thing to even just muscle it out of the silt. Like, could we maybe hook it onto the airship and haul it out after we slay it?
Are you suggesting we go fishing for silt horrors?
These things have 50-foot long tentacles. So the airship has to get close enough for you to do stuff, but not close enough to be pulled down into the silt.
We have a ballista. We're
Well,
whaling silt horrors.
But this is a spawning pool of a bunch of white horrors, right?
so basically you want to, do some fishing? Are you going to attach a rope to a ballista bolt and try to hook one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yo ho ho.
Huh.
Probably going to want to shoot it a lot with
we're
a
trying like
regular
Moby Dick here.
one.
There's a lot of Moby Dick here, where, like, you know, there's a big whale we're trying to haul back up with these freaking gargantuan harpoons.
They're all mating. There's all the silt horrors are mating. There's a lot of Moby Dick everywhere.
Okay.
Hey, Ninja, this is completely unrelated to anything, and you probably shouldn't repeat what I just sent you, but I just saw it wandering around Discord.
All right.
Oh, it's in your server room.
Which one? Free speech?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, I have to go.
Strippers donate the most number of toys to Children's Hospital. Aw. Classy.
Alright, enough of that.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Gargantuan silt horror is a pretty tough catch. Let's go fishing. So, you've got your ballistas. When you attack, you can only attack from one side, probably. So you've got 3 ballistas on one side. How many of you have rope? I imagine there's probably some rope on the ship, because your ship needs rope.
Yeah, I got some rope too.
I don't think
For adventures, we all have rope, right?
Oh, here, you've got, You've got 20 ropes. All right. So I'm gonna say used
Well-
3 for fishing. Okay.
But don't we have to kill it first and then drag it up?
Well, no, you can spear the whale and then be trying to drag it away as
Well,
it's
the problem
thrashing
is-
and then kill in the process.
The problem is they are under the silt, so you don't have line of sight to target them with much of anything. But you're aware of their presence. They disrupt the silt a little bit, so you can fire a harpoon and try to drag it up out of the silt to where you can target it with things.
I chuck 10 pounds
Well,
of
how about?
wyvern meat
Whoa,
into
whoa,
the
whoa,
silt.
whoa, whoa! No, 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 no,
No,
no! Hold on, we
don't.
can do better than this.
All right,
I'll
all
go
right.
down there. I'll go down there as a sort of bait. And then when I find one, I'll try to be stealthy. I let the jig be up because I can survive down there in the silt for a while, I think. Right? Didn't we do that? We did this before. We walked along the bottom. Anyway, at that point, once I find one that is on the outskirts of the spawning orgy, and we find what we want, I'll cast a light spell, and maybe I'll do that after I give it a sneak attack first, and then I will get out of there after I light it up, and then you guys can. I'll tag it basically in a military sense, and then you can go ahead and let the Puff the Magic Dragon artillery flying around in the tangential path in a circle around it. Yeah. So that's my plan. I'd like to go down into it.
I'm setting something up here. Ooh, interesting. All right.
Really curious if this will work.
This is kind of cool.
No, so what I'm thinking about is actually I have a thing for some that's basically helps with this kind of thing. So Mirage Arcane, I can basically make an illusion of a terrain, but it's not quite an illusion. It actually changes it physically as well, and to the point where you could walk on it and do whatever. So I'm wondering if I could just make the terrain not silt anymore. It doesn't erase any creatures or existing structures that were there, like man-made buildings. I think that's what it says. I can alter the appearance of structures or add them where there are none present. So yeah, it doesn't remove structures that are already there, but I can change the terrain. I can make sloping fields or hills crevasse or impassable terrain. Yeah.
You have this memorized?
Well,
awesome.
it's gonna take a day to get there, so I could memorize it on the way to on the way there.
That's
Yeah.
the thought. Yeah. I've always wanted to see the spell used in a way that was worthwhile because it's such a high level spell.
So essentially, what I was thinking is basically this. Essentially, we're going fishing, and my spell is removing the ocean, and all the fish are just fall to the bottom on sand, and they're not in the water anymore. So my imagination is I remove the silt, and now there's just a bunch of squiggly octopus things that are just sitting in a grassy field now.
That's brilliant.
And we shoot at them.
Wait a minute. Is that... What spell is that?
Mirage Arcane. It's a 7th level illusion spell that hits a 1 mile square area. It does take 10 minutes to cast though, so it's not something that you would cast in the middle of combat. But since we're sitting in the airship, it should just be fine to cast it since we're out of combat range.
If I had cool points to give, that's pretty freaking cool.
Is that how that works? Can you reuse the illusion to reveal what's actually beneath the thing?
It says it can turn clear ground into difficult terrain.
You
Or
make
vice
training
versa.
area 1 square mile, look, smell, and even feel like some other terrain. The terrain's general shape remains the same. However, open fields or a road could be made to resemble a swamp, hill, crevasse, or something other difficult, impossible terrain. A pond can be made to seem like a grassy meadow, a precipice like a gentle slope, or a rock-strewn gully. So, I
Wow.
guess instead of it wouldn't like dig out the silt, but instead I could make it so that the silt is like crystal clear water, so we would just have line of sight of them then
All right.
instead,
So hang on.
and then
So
shoot the harpoons through it.
this is an illusion spell, but some illusion spells
Are semi-real.
yeah. So that it,
That's what this is.
This one's so good that it says even if they're aware of the illusion, they can still physically interact with the illusion.
Right. 'cause
So
it's made of
bonkers.
metal
Yeah,
stuff.
it includes audible, visual, and tactile as well.
Because
and
this is not
no, a
the full
golem
level.
would still be affected, right? Because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not for creatures with brains. It's turning the ground into difficult terrain.
This might be the strongest illusion spell I've ever seen used in D&D, like in an actual game in play. That's pretty wild.
I've never ever seen in 15 years. Well, no, wait.
That's because it's the first time we were like
No, in
level
25
18
years
or
I've never
19.
seen this spell used really effectively. Here it is. Well, actually, was the second edition in AD&D?
Second edition is Dark Sun, yeah.
I have a suggestion for what you turn the terrain into.
What?
An ocean, like a
that's
regular
what I'm saying.
ocean.
And everything
Yeah,
drowns.
crystal clear
Blah,
water.
blah, 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 blah.
Yo ho!
Maybe it's like the sandworms in Dune where they hate water. Hydrophobic.
Okay, well, that's a lot of thinking to do. That's cool.
Yeah, that's my plan anyways.
I have an image of a Siltar I'm looking for here. What did I do with it?
What spell do I remove to right Mirror's Arcane? Are we planning to go and fight any more undead anytime soon? If not, I'll get rid of Sunburst, I guess. For now.
I'll be right back. I had to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Ah, there it is. All right. You reveal a monstrous creature. The white horror is the most common and usually the largest of the silt horrors. Its tentacles can grow up to 50 feet long. Found in silt basins in the silt sea, they move very slowly. It doesn't like the sun. If you get rid of the silt, so the sun can hit it directly, it is going to wriggle angrily.
Does it get hurt from radiant damage?
No.
Oh.
No, it just doesn't like it. They're averse to the sunlight. They don't even have eyeballs, so I don't know why. Maybe it just gives them a suntan.
Okay.
He is sunburned easily.
Alright, so the creatures are going to be revealed by your spell, and they're flopping around. There's a bunch of them down there because they were swimming around trying to breed. But you can single out a small one. That should be an easy target. A frail, weak one that's straggling from the pack.
Oh, weak. No, we're going for Big Papa. We're gonna haul that thing up and chop it up and take it back home.
I mean, they're all gargantuan, but even the small ones are pretty large.
Yeah, a gargantuan one would weigh 250,000 pounds, and your airship would not be able to carry it.
Oh.
Like
Well, will we be able to? Okay, maybe
Us-
we can't carry it.
the small one that I mentioned is probably about 50,000 pounds of meat.
Like after we dress it, like just like if you go deer hunting, take the
Take
whole
off all
deer
the
with.
leather skins
Right.
and remove the bones and teeth and whatever.
We want to
Yeah. But we can just field dress this, and it won't be, at least cut
You want
the
to
weight
gut it
down.
in the desert?
Yeah, I mean,
I
Well,
mean, we have to still move it away from the rest of the silt horrors after we kind of spear it.
all right. Well, what do you do? Are you gonna fire your ballistas? Should we roll some attacks for the ballistas to try to hook it?
well, the first thing is, okay, so the terrain modifications already happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we don't even need to have me go down there to lock it in because we already see it. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I guess we just go ahead and lock it in. Yeah. Ballista's away.
What are the attack rolls? Do you have like dex roll for them, or which one was it?
It is actually a siege weapon roll, so your ballista operators have a +5 on int siege weapons. So Larry fires with a critical hit. He has a 25.
Damn back.
I probably don't even have to roll the other two. That critical hit lands a solid blow. Let's see. Ballista
Sorry,
1.
what?
Ballista 1 does 4 d10 damage. So, find some d10s here. 9, 10, 11, 21, 22, 23 damage. All right.
Who cast that spell?
Morg?
More. That was the coolest. Yeah. I'm still thinking about it.
I'm picturing Moses, parting the seas.
Yeah.
I just imagine you go into like the Druids' Grove or their forest or wherever they live, and they just like this isn't an illusion. They're just actually altering their domain to hurt you.
Domain expansion.
Huh.
Yes.
There's near a kind of forest pop up, and then I make that magical forest use what's it like, tall earth or something. The trees attack wrath of the forest.
Both spells combined.
Yeah. Like what? There's no trees in this defile there. I'll make some.
It's actually the terrain you're in. It was actually nothing but trees the entire time.
The nice thing is it lasts for 10 days and it's not concentration.
What?
Yes. So now there's an ocean here for 10 days.
Talk about a frickin' mirage, eh?
All right, so round 1, surprise round. Your spell goes off. Your ballistas fire. 1 misses, 2 hit. You now have 2 ropes attached to the smallest of the silt horrors. All right, so during the surprise round, everybody has an opportunity to try to take the creature out. So everybody, give it your best shot. What have you got?
All right.
These things are
Can I
beefy.
just send in all the Wyvern Riders?
You have done 57 damage so far. Well, all right, the Wyvern Riders expressed fear because these things have 50-foot tentacles and can grapple, and the Wyverns do not want to go anywhere near it.
Do their bows not have like 100-something range on them?
Oh, yeah, using the bows. That's a good point. They could attack with their bows and just take some shots at it.
They just fly over trying to axe the thing to death. We're not cavemen, dang it.
Let me see. What is the range on this bow? Short bow. They'll be firing with disadvantage if they want to stay at range.
They don't have sniper ski. My other plan, by the way, if Mirage Arcane was not working, was earthquaking them and making fissures make the sand fall in certain spaces and reveal when the silt falls through. Momentarily.
May I ask? I'm assuming a 17 does not hit. I was gonna blow a dice on this, so 26 hits.
The Centaur has an armor class of 12.
Oh wow. Well, okay. But I didn't have to blow a dice, but still. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the dart, and that's 48 regular damage and 20 psychic damage.
48 and 20. All right. Very good. That brings the total to 70, 75, something like that. All right. Who else? Grimoire?
I
Ringside?
can punt from 60 feet.
I will ride on Butterfly and have him use his. I'm trying to think what the Pokemon equivalent of this is. Psyball? Psychic Pulse. It's the one that needs a Wisdom save. No, save. And it doesn't matter if you're an animal or not, which I'm realizing is kind of very powerful.
Wow, they have a -5 and I rolled a 1. That's hilarious. That's the worst possible roll.
-4. Or, no. Yes, -4.
Hilarious. I've
What
never,
does a -4 in your
ever,
wisdom mean?
never rolled that bad before. That is the worst possible roll.
Today is a day of new things, of lacking precedent.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Just gonna look what that would mean.
Give me
That's a
some damage.
-5.
Yeah, they do have a -5.
These things are just basically oozes. There's oozes with tentacles.
Yeah, they're super dumb. They basically just
Alright.
have a really big tremor sense and lash out with their tentacles at whatever's moving. Doesn't take much intelligence to just grab whatever's moving.
Alright. Alright. So, take 88, so I'll do that. $41, and now we win because it is stunned, and unless it can save its way out of that, it's going to keep being stunned forever.
Why would you keep doing the spell? I mean, doesn't it have to
well-
recharge that effect?
It is. Oh wait, just stunned until the end of the next turn. Okay, never mind.
All right,
I thought it was
Grimoire.
one of those permanent situations.
I just
That would be OP.
win.
The win button. Grimoire, what do you throw at it?
The stupid boss monsters can frickin' stun lock us.
Time to cook the tentacles. Cook the calamari.
Is he there?
Yeah, we lost him again.
Dang it.
Let me add this up. 49, 48, 41, 120, 138, 48, 58, 166. Oh, that's a lot of damage. 166 damage so far. If Grimoire can throw a big enough spell at it, you might have it.
Can I throw a spell at it?
Yeah, you can throw a spell too. You can go ahead and roll since he's not here yet. When he comes back, we'll ask him what he throws.
Have them roll a Constitution saving throw, DC 24. I am shooting sunburst at them from 150 feet.
Yikes. I got a 27, so I made the save.
Okay, so they're gonna take half of 47 radiant damage.
23 radiant damage. Gets him to 189. That's a lot of damage, but it survives. These things are huge and tough. Earth to Grimoire. Are you there, Creus? Creus? All right, Krius. So everybody is laying into the white Siltar with attacks. It's lost a lot of health and it's wounded, but it's not dead yet. So, what do you throw at it?
Fireball.
Fireball. All right.
Yeah, fireball.
If it doesn't die in this attack, it'll have an opportunity. Well, no, it's stunned, so it's not going to get an opportunity this turn.
I'm gonna re-roll the ones or twos. There's a bunch. 1, 2, 3. Uh, 45 fire damage.
45 fire damage. All right. That also was not quite enough to kill it, but then it gets peppered with arrows from your Wyvern Riders, and that's enough to finish it. And then everybody will heave on the ropes to try to pull this thing up. You're going to acquire 41,666 pounds of silt horror meat.
Oh my god. I bet it tastes like shit too.
Yeah, but not the wyverns.
Wondering if I can trap that thing in my master Pokeball.
Gargantuan?
Transform in one of them.
I think it's too big.
Oh, does it? Wait, does it have a size thing?
I think large is the biggest size it can do. If it doesn't say that, it should.
It just says if a creature struck by this, it doesn't specify a size.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a faux pas. Oh well, I might complicate it. Complicate things if you try to do a creature that's too big. But then again, a really big creature would probably make the save against it.
It doesn't even really specify like if the save is like a strength check or anything. And I don't know if it's just a flat 20 roll against like my flat 20 roll. It says an escape check.
Escape
And
check
then
is
when
usually DC 15 strength or dexterity. So it can be athletics or acrobatics for an escape check.
And it says the owner of the ball can oppose the escape check at the time.
Yeah, so if your roll is higher than 15, you could make it a tougher DC.
The throw range is only 25 to 75 though.
Alright, well that's an absurd amount of meat. Let's see, if all of your Wyvern Riders take a piece, they need, let's see, 4 pounds times 6, it's 24. Times 9.
Well, they could just all come back to the right gauntlet, hauling like a giant side of squid. You know? Hail the conquering heroes.
All right, the Wyvern Riders are going to take a cut of the Siltar meat to feed their wyverns during the trip.
Alright, that was the plan.
And when you pass back through the mountains, how much of this meat are you going to give to the other Wyvern Riders?
Well, we'll give some for the Windrake, but other than that, we don't have a whole lot of beasts of burden. I mean, we could probably live on some of this ourselves. I don't know. maybe we keep 500, 1,000 pounds of it, maybe, but the rest of it we just give to House Asham.
You're
Right?
gonna give them 40,000 pounds of meat?
Is that gonna feed their like whole village?
Uh,
Well, we
yeah.
also need to have it. It'll need to be treated so they can last. And
Yeah,
I
they
think
will sell some,
tank
they'll
lava
preserve
has-
some, they'll eat
Just a
some,
second.
and some will rot.
Ray of Frost.
What, are you gonna chill the meat down to preserve it
Yes.
longer?
I mean, that's something too. But with the tank globules and I mean, we have solutions for these problems. We can give some of it to
All right.
them.
So I'll mark off
I don't
40,000
think
pounds.
Globules will cure like 40,000 pounds of meat.
No, not even close.
No.
Okay, so you give away most of the meat, and the Wyvern Riders of the Gauntlet Mountains are overjoyed. This will fill their bellies and their coffers with money as they can sell the excess. And they can preserve a bunch of it for the long term, so they're not even going to need to resort to banditry for probably weeks or months.
And so with that time, that newfound time they have, we've got some ideas. And those ideas are,
How far away is the glowing desert from Rom? Like, would they be able to like go with us and kind of deal with that situation a bit?
If you started at Rom and traveled due north, it would take you 6 or 7 days to get to the glowing desert.
6, 7.
God damn it!
I'm sorry. I'm not. But anyway, though, no, I don't think they need to come with us to the glowing desert. I think what we need to do is have them work on our interests here in Rom.
Well, you're feeding their wyverns and their army that's opposing the noble houses of Rom. So in a way, that does
Noble houses, you say?
contribute towards your goals of undermining those evil nobles and merchant houses.
Right. So that's what I propose, is we have them cut off, blockade the Urukites and the Dragons from influencing. So I'm not asking you to stop your banditry. As a matter of fact, you can go ahead and increase it. But I'm going to ask that you do it in a specific way. And so I have a man will come to meet you, and he will bear this sign. And I show him a sign of the Dunais, right? He will come bearing this sign, and when he does, I'd like you to greet him and listen to what he has to say, because I think that he will give you prime targets for your skills. And basically what I'm going to do is have one of the uncles from the Dunais come out and supply targets for raiding. Where, yeah.
All right.
As caravans come in.
So you're trying to
They will be
link up
harassed.
your two groups of rebels, your two rebel
Right.
factions together.
Yes,
All right.
precisely that.
So day 3 of your travels brings you back to the Gauntlet Mountains and to the Rom region. You stop in Rom, and you were warned that the mountains are dangerous due to the weather. So your Wyvern Rider allies are going to suggest that you put off your travels for a day and put into port where it's safe during the storm. If you do travel during the storm through the mountains, you're going to need to make a whole bunch of checks. So what do you want to do?
How urgent is our business across the storm?
It's not urgent at all. You're just traveling north.
I would suggest staying and partying with the Raven Riders and
Right.
have a cooking competition to see what best way to cook silpor.
All right.
'Cause I feel like
Junithu.
none of them has really ever experienced eating silpor since they were avoid hunting them before.
Here's what you really need, guys. Do
Junithu
we
gets a
have
23.
But do we have a source of butter like that? Because that's really what you need.
Some oil to deep fry it. Some batter.
Well, yeah. I mean, right?
You need some grains. You need some oil. You can deep fry that calamari. Put a nice batter on it.
Right. Do we have?
You do not
Pretty
have
sure
that
it's
much
like
oil.
lard. We have like a barrel of lard.
Lard is
Perhaps.
pretty much the closest thing you get to butter in a lot of the time. So
Perhaps we could open a portal to the fireplace.
All right. So you ride out the storm somewhere near Rom at a safe house that the Wyvern Riders were using. And everybody cooks up delicious meals. Junithu gets a 23 on her roll and makes a delicious tempura.
that's awesome.
Hold on a second.
I'm beating the pride.
What is a cooking check?
It's a
Craft?
tool check. You use cooking tools.
Oh.
I feel like tools are always kind of. I feel like they're bad in D&D. I feel like they don't really incentivize you to use them properly. It's like now you have proficiency on the check. I don't feel like I'd be bothering with the check if I wasn't proficient, like remembering to do so.
I think it's fun to roll checks that you know you're going to fail. It's a good role-playing opportunity to role-play the failure.
I'm just gonna grab some like skewers and then like charcoal it over an open fire.
Like I played a wizard one time that was called Zod the Wise, because he was just really unwise and he would constantly like do things that would get everybody in trouble. Very chaotic. So it's sort of a joke name.
But what's the stat roll for it, even if you like don't have the tools?
If you're not proficient, you would roll. Man, what would you do? Like int probably, like a knowledge check for cooking.
Oh, sorry, I'm humming.
Seven.
I charcoal the skewered meat.
It comes out rubbery and burnt. Let's see. Some of the Wyvern Riders cook. One of them's got a 15. One of them's got a 16. One of them got a 5. He did really bad. They're basically just grilling. A couple of them used herbs.
By the way, a night passes while all this is going down, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna avoid the storm and not have to make a whole bunch of piloting checks, you do pass a day here at Rom. Not in Rom, but near Rom. If you wanted to go into the city, you could go into Rom, but you are sort of on the outskirts.
Then it's time to go into the dream dimension.
You gonna spy on people's brains?
Yes, the brains of our new companion.
Well, I did post all of their desires, so you could extrapolate from those what sort of dreams they might be having.
I meant the new Wyvern Riders.
The new ones, I have no details about them at all. They are
He's
a mixed
getting
bag.
to know in a vague
Whatever
sense
details you decide, now I have them.
Yeah.
right of the entire clan. Like he knows the hopes and dreams of the entire clan.
All right. You get to know some more of the Wyvern Riders. You have a better understanding of their goals, things that motivate them. All right, so that was the scouting wing of Ramite Wyvern Riders. They were not immediately hostile. You build up your reputation. You learn that they are deserters with dwindling supplies. They're happy about the trade. It gives you some protection in the region against bandits. And then the storm eventually goes away, and the ship's crew, they're getting ready to set sail once again. During the night, your carpenters were able to do some repairs. One of them did not succeed, the other one succeeded, and the third one succeeded, so your ship regains a couple of hit points. Let's see, that requires some wood. Oh, I never made a note about this, but you wanted to buy wood from Tenpug's Temple, right? How much wood do you buy from Tenpug's Temple if it costs 50 ceramic pieces each?
Did we ever fully repair the ship?
Nope.
Oh.
You're gonna
Good
need...
thing we didn't drive through that storm.
You're going to need 184 more wood to repair the ship.
Oh, well then that's something we'd like to do. I'll pay for that. You said 50 CP a pop.
Yep.
184. Doing the math. I got you.
Didn't have that much wood available.
That would be 92 gold worth of wood.
Yeesh. Okay. Well. Where's my... Okay, I do have that much, but gosh, that's an awful lot.
Tell you what, 10 pugs, they're happy. They'll give it to you for 80.
Okay. Done. There goes that.
All right.
Jeez.
Very expensive wood.
My weight went down for the loss of that gold.
So, let me describe the repair process. So, these guys are making a roll on the daily to see if they can do a little bit of repair. But if you can put into a city with your airship and park it and do a week's worth of downtime repairs, they don't require a roll, and it's just sort of automatic. So if you devote downtime to repairs, it will increase the effectiveness and not require rolls. But while you're adventuring, there's not a guarantee they're going to succeed when they use some wood to repair the ship. Because they're doing sort of MacGyver repairs, just sort of patching up holes in the ship by hammering some boards over it. It's not a proper repair, so it's a little less efficient.
Well, could we help them with their roles with, support and inspiration and things?
Yeah, if you want to.
I think it kind of makes sense for us to hustle, because I don't want us to just sit for a week and just repair the ship. I feel like our time is too precious at this point.
Yeah, that's why the carpenters are just doing the daily repairs as good as they can. Alright, so that was in Rom. They do the repairs. You carouse in town and with the Wyvern Riders. And then everybody's going to set sail off into the north. Alright.
Where the dark god resides.
Remind me, how much meat did we give them again?
40,000 pounds.
I'm starting to think that Tyr's food problems would probably be solved pretty even-handedly if these things can just be sitting around.
Well, you had to use a 7th level spell, basically a miracle, and a variety of powerful magical attacks. It wasn't something that just anybody could do. That's a CR 16 monster you killed.
Yeah.
You know, if we could mass-produce we could get like a whaling industry going if we played our cards correctly.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, come to think of it, if since we are whaling, would these things happen to have any useful byproducts like oil?
Siltar meat is valuable.
I'm just gonna look up their stat block if you don't mind.
It's about 6 ceramic pieces per pound.
This thing looks like some sort of fetus from the Alien franchise.
That was worth 2,400 gold.
Why isn't... Wait.
What?
Of
So
course,
what-
that's
what-
like premium prices. You're not going to find buyers for 40,000 pounds of meat in a couple days before it spoils.
Ice beam.
Well, you're giving it away, and they don't
Whoa.
have any of those spells. So
Whoa.
the
Whoa,
best,
whoa, whoa,
the best
whoa.
they can do is preserve it, which they'll try to do to the best of their ability. I'm just saying, there's going to
We
be
can sell
some
some of it
spoilage.
raw. And we could have a freaking feast in Rom. Like we did
Purify
with here.
food and drink.
Well, I
That's
would
exactly
caution
what I
you.
would say.
I would caution you that you're trying to keep a low profile. If you show up in ROM and break their market with 40,000 pounds of mystery meat, it's going to draw some attention. People will take notice of you.
Perhaps.
Yeah. There's that.
I think
Well-
this is something-
Well, okay, in terms of how much the Wyvern Riders can actually eat, we're gonna we need to sell some because that was a lot of money that I just dropped on fixing the. We need to get some money back. That's for darn sure.
Apparently, white
You
horrors
said
have some sort of...
2,000 gold worth of meat.
Yeah. At 6 ceramic pieces per pound, 40,000 pounds.
Can they afford food? They look broke.
The people in ROM are having a hard time. There's a civil war going on, so they probably aren't going to be able to afford premium prices.
Everybody,
worry.
stop fighting. Take a puff of this, and we're having a we're
They
having
can-
a feast.
They can pay us off with some favors.
There's other meats that go for quite a lot more, like fish, 300 ceramic pieces per pound.
Where the frick are we gonna get fish?
I know, right? That's why it's so valuable. There's only a couple spots on the planet you can get fish now.
Okay, okay. My mind is going 1,000 miles a minute. Okay, weren't you? The fact that you have wind drake worm meat still in your pack because it's preserved, or because it's vacuum sealed in there, or what's the deal with that again?
It is a bag of holding setup, so it's there's no air in there, and if there's no air, it's preserved.
So that's something that needs to happen right now. Is
Well,
we take
Again,
we
the
fill up
Wyvern
our bags
Riders, they don't have a bag of holding. Your party
So
does,
we
but they
need to
don't.
fill up our stocks of that. I'd like to.
I'm pretty sure bags of holding have a limit too. You're only going to be able to put so much meat into one. I think it's like 500 pounds
Right.
in a typical bag of holding.
So okay, does everyone just want to go ahead and fill up our bags of holding with as much meat as we possibly can? We'll sell it off piecemeal. I'm gonna look on that. That's what I'm doing.
Well, you already gave away most of it, but you do have you have 1,450 pounds still sitting in your hold that you can put into your bags.
1,450 pounds.
Yeah, it's currently on the Dreadnought's inventory as stuff in the hold.
Okay.
Now, a lot of you already have considerable amounts of stuff in your bags of holding. I doubt you're actually tracking and keeping sure that the bag can even hold what you've put in there. There's a tendency for whole whole note cards full of loot to just disappear into the bag and never be mentioned again.
I do have demi-plane now. Which, that would be fun. It's like, I think I'm sending you to this demi-plane, poor unfortunate soul. And it's just the demi-plane of slightly expired meat.
Okay. I'm gonna put 450 pounds of it. There we are. Okay. I'm gonna put. So
Alright.
so we have 1,000 left that's in the hold. I'm gonna put 450 pounds of it into this bag of holding.
All right. It's on your sheet, right? I'm going to take it off the dreadnought. So now the dreadnought has
so
1,000
1,000.
pounds.
Okay. I'm putting it on. Here we go.
All right, where was I? Day 3.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Have that much space. I have 100 less space. So 1,100, please.
All right, I'll add 100 back into the hold. All right, so after the storm clears and the heat of the day passes, everybody sleeps through the 150-degree temperatures of the afternoon. The silt and the storm subside. The weather the next day, I've rolled a 5, which is pretty mild. And so you're able to make good time as you travel north, and off to the left, you're going to see the left gauntlet. These are the northern mountains to the north of Ram. For several hours, the stars dim and a dark halo surrounds the moon.
What? Wait, what?
A celestial event happens as you're traveling. Your spotter's going to notice it first. He points at the moon. Morg, you feel physical pain.
Yeah, what's going on? Why am I in pain?
Pain wrecked. The creature is experiencing excruciating pain that inhibits its ability to maintain control over its actions. Alright, you have disadvantage on all skill checks and attack rolls, and your movement speed is decreased by 10. You don't get Dex bonus or shield bonus to AC, and you have to make a DC 15 Constitution save, and if you fail, you have to use your action to cancel the ongoing damage.
A DC 15 what now?
Roll a DC 15 Constitution save. It's basically where you lose your action.
Okay. 24.
All right. So you have a terrible headache that seems to have come
Do I
about.
have to make that save every round or something?
I'll just make you roll it the once.
Am I being attacked with a spell?
You're not being attacked by a spell. You're sensing a natural event. There's some celestial event occurring between the moon Ral and Athis.
Moonrow.
Yeah, Ral is one of the 2 moons of Athis, and it's got a dark halo around it. Nobody in your group is a Defiler, but Defiler spells are empowered during the Dark Halo moon, and preserving spells are less effective and require more effort. Higher DC on concentration and all that. Does anybody want to attempt a roll of some kind? There's an unusual and unique phenomenon going on. Perhaps an Arcana roll or a nature check.
Did when I made the save, do I still have disadvantage on all my checks and stuff?
Yes. Unfortunately, you do still have disadvantage. Rolling the save only means that you still get your action as normal.
Okay.
Had you failed the save, you would just be in too much pain to do anything.
You said I can roll a nature roll about like what's going on with the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nature or Arcana. This is a magical effect, and an Arcana check is possible as well.
I'm trying Arcana. Nope, 7.
19 nature.
All right. You feel as if there is some sort of celestial conjunction and that there's a dark magic. You sense the dragon is involved in this. This is possibly some sort of sorcerer king magic. Like a epic level spell that you don't understand.
Boris is doing something fishy with the moon.
Yeah, Boris is doing something and nobody is quite sure what. But it is causing some effect to druids in particular.
I'm gonna legend lore it.
All right.
Is the moon made of obsidian? Is he going to eat the moon?
Your legend lore says that all of the celestial bodies contain power, and when power is drawn from the moon Ral, there will be effects. So Ral is covered in a jungle, and Boris is using Defiler magic to draw power from the moon.
Okay, do we have any idea where he is?
His city out far to the east.
So we have no way of getting over there.
The city of Urdraxa in the Silt Sea is really difficult to get to.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna open my demiplane, and I'm gonna put Morg in it.
What?
What?
He's being affected by cosmic moon nonsense, right? So if I put him outside of our dimension, that should stop happening.
Well, that's an idea, I guess. And you can survive in the demiplane until the duration ends, so I guess that's fine. Is he gonna let you demiplane him, though?
Hey, would you like to not be in this reality for a bit?
I think I can deal with a bit of headache, but I appreciate the concern.
He did make his save, after all. He's toughing it out. Okay. So after a few hours, the ritual ends. The aura on the moon fades away, and the pain subsides. Whatever Boris is doing far to the east, that was an incredibly powerful magic spell.
Well, that's another frickin' problem to deal with.
Well, it's a good thing that didn't happen while we were in the middle of combat or anything important. Not sure if we can stop Boris at the moment, and it seems like you already finished anyway, so I think we should continue with what we were doing.
Alright. The next day of travel, you are sailing to the north. You're entering the Kern region. Alright. You spot something. There is an illumination in the desert. So you are cruising by at 5 miles an hour, the speed of your ship, and your spotter is going to point down at a light in the desert. It doesn't look like a campfire. There's just an eerie glow down there. Does anybody want to
Where is this?
investigate?
Like, the direction we're going?
Yeah, it's just out in the open desert, as you're traveling, you spot a light in the desert. And it's not a fire, there's just an eerie glow in this one area.
Since I can see it from here, can I just pop a clairvoyance on it?
Clairvoyance. What's that gonna
I'm gonna go invisible and go up to it. I have a 20 on my investigate, or no, 20 on my perception. Investigate's different.
do? Clairvoyance has a range of a mile. You create an invisible sensor near the location. All right. Ringsight's going to arrive there with his clairvoyance before you do.
Yeah.
All right, Ringsight. So, with your clairvoyance, you can tell that there's a dead scion here, and his body is partially crystallized.
Curious. Anything else around here?
Nope, you don't see anything.
Yes.
Moments later, Orin is going to arrive, and he does his investigate. The body of the
investigate would be 10 higher. Oh, no, 9 higher.
All right. You find a sigil that looks familiar from the Dragon Crown Mountains. This is a sigil of the Order of Scions. So the Order of Scions might be interested in recovering this body or hearing about how he died.
I will collect his body. And if the order doesn't want it back, I want to use his bones to mortar the walls of Tyr.
That's ominous.
Yeah, it's kind of dark.
Well, a little, but I've been looking for crystal, psi crystal.
Yeah,
to,
true.
I'm gonna ask. I'll send in Spell, the leader of the order, and see what they think of this.
I'll probably have to give it up to the order, but if not, like, this sounds like exactly the kind of stuff that I need to find a lot more of, like, by the ton. Put into the walls of Tyr to fight off, to be the anti, I mean, it's like anti-obsidian, so far as I was understanding. It's like the opposite polarity in magic from obsidian, like for defiling. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's my best hope. In fact, I don't want to be evil about this, but I kind of want to... Shoot, I can't hide a freaking crystallizing corpse from everybody.
I've already seen it. You immediately failed before the first hurdle.
Yeah,
I beat you to it.
You beat me to it anyway. It's fine. Okay, never mind.
All right. Well, in the Discord, I'm going to drop a detail of what you find.
Hmm.
Let's see. Hang on a second.
Right. This down.
All right, you find 20 ceramic pieces, 5 silver pieces, 1 gold piece, a pouch of spices, a set of runestones wrapped in cloth, and a small pouch of chalk.
Please send this list so I may look at it with my eyes.
Yeah, so Orin's there physically, and he's going to be able to collect these items. Where is that gray? Did that show up? There it is. All right.
What are these rune stones? Identify.
You cast Identify on the set of rune stones and learn that these are Ascending stones.
Ooh, thank you for your generous donation.
You'll find that
Finders
these
keep-
sending stones are able to communicate back to the Order in the Dragon Crown Mountains.
Well, I don't need to use my sending spell.
If you want to use them now, you could even report the dead body and where he died and how he died.
I still don't know that much about that part, actually.
Does anybody wish to investigate to try to figure out the cause of death?
I am pretty good at that.
All right.
I'm not, so I'll leave it to you.
Minimum 26 before this thing follows through. 28.
28. You have an incredibly good check, but you can't find any physical signs of injury at all.
Wait. Let me blow dice on it. So add this to the roll. Okay, 2. 30.
You're even more sure that he has no physical injuries.
Arcana check, go.
So he died from a psionic battle.
Take this. 25.
25. Arcana check. Okay, you determined that the cause of death was that his mind was ripped out. He was crystallized in place, and his mind was obliterated. The body eventually died on its own. When the mind is gone, the body follows.
I was hoping we could find his brain.
Apparently, he came up against a powerful and dangerous psionic opponent. But there's no indication of what killed him.
Considering his body is fully intact, I think I want to keep this around. This seems useful.
Well, his brain is there. It just is destroyed. It's psionically destroyed.
Yeah, but that's why I want to keep his body. Like, this kind. You know, sad as this is, this kind of strikes me as free real estate.
I really think this should go to tier.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Well, we talked about our ways of reinforcing the defenses of tier against the assault of the Sorcerer Kings, and I'm always looking for a psi crystal that we can buy to mortar.
I don't
walls.
think this is psi crystal.
He's crystallizing. He's a scion. How is it not psi crystal?
That's not how you. Oh, it's it's he bled, and it's. Oh, I guess dragon blood's a bad example. Those aren't necessarily the same thing.
Oh.
You could be turned to stone and be a psychic, and it wouldn't be psychic stone.
Oh. Okay.
Hang on. All right, I'll check. I'll identify his body to see if it's psi crystal now.
The crystal was formed by a tremendous amount of psychic damage. So yeah, it's psychic crystal.
Powerful psychic.
There. Even so, this seems like about as it is. It's like with diamond. It's like let's not grind it into powder just yet. Seems like it could be helpful.
It was about 60 psychic damage to be specific.
Oh, this guy wasn't very strong actually. Well, I mean, I don't have that much health, so maybe he's more like me.
I don't know that. All I know is if the Order doesn't mind, I think that the Order's mission, if I recall, the Order is kind of against the Sorcerer Kings, if I recall.
Not specifically, but in general,
Well, they're
yes.
not like Veiled Alliance level against the Sorcerer Kings, but they were happy with the Cyanitrix because the point was it would hurt the Sorcerer Kings. I remember
Yes.
Pack the Thinkmaker was like, no, this is exactly what we need to do. And I'm like, I was, tugging at my collar. He kind of got a point.
They wanted to move the world towards neutrality by neutering the powerfully good and powerfully evil in the world by taking away all of their psionic power.
That just sounds stupid to me. It's like, oh, we need to make people less nice to each other.
Well,
Otherwise-
they had the Cyanatrix, and they had the crystals that allowed them to use psionics despite the Cyanatrix effect, and so
Right.
they would be the only high-level psions in the world.
It wasn't a stupid plan. It was a stupid motive to me.
I mean,
Yeah, to further neutrality, to
If-
weaken
if-
the evil and the
Terrible
good.
cause.
if they were going to go ahead and then be able to take down the Sorcerer Kings in that way, it's kind of a good move, right? Like, would you sacrifice the amazing lives that people in Athos can have because of their psionic powers? Would you sacrifice all of that to throw off the yoke of the Sorcerer Kings? I know that it's not quite our place to make that decision, but I kind of don't care. I think that would be the right move.
Magic is really powerful, and psionics is really powerful, and the real key to the Sorcerer King's dominance is that they have both. So because they're high-level scions and high-level wizards, they're just OP compared to everybody else.
But that's not something that's in Orin's calculus, right? From these are things that Orin is saying in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's a monster here. It killed using psionics. It's not here now. You have the option to stay and hunt it, a dangerous psionic monster, or you can just grab the body and run. Move on to the next day.
I kind of feel like hunting the giant monster.
Me too. Survival check maybe?
Yeah, you could make a survival check to try to track it down, see if you can find any traces of it nearby. It must have used a ranged attack, so it has to have some evidence of its location nearby, within range of casting the spell.
I'll try to trace it for you.
Yeah, whoops. Minimum roll is 16.
All right.
See what happens here.
Is there something
even
else
throw a
I can
dice.
throw my master ball at?
19. Oh, come on now. You're gonna beat me at that.
I got a 26.
26.
You'll find some tracks. The tracks are very large. It looks like a quadrupedal creature that has 3 very large claws on each of its feet. Looks to be at least huge.
How could you guys miss this? It's huge!
Well, the sand gets blown around, the dunes here.
You found these tracks about 60 feet away from the body.
Okay, so
I
we
would
follow
assume it
them
had to have flown there then.
Yeah, it made a psychic attack from 60 feet.
from 60 feet away,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
far away. But the thing is the sand has blown this some time. I think we shall. I'd like to follow it quietly and stealthily if I can.
All right.
Whenever I lose the trail, you know, I'll look back at Grimorn. I guess Grimorn made the. Well, both of these guys have a higher roll than I do. So anyway, stealthy.
All right. How is this hunt going to be handled? Is everybody going to get onto the flying carpet and track it to its lair?
I'd like to track it on foot.
Are you going to do scouting and the rest of the party will follow behind on the flying carpet?
Yes.
I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
All
If
right.
you're staying nearby us.
All right. It takes a while. Maybe 30 minutes. You find a lair. There is a small cave. The shadowy entrance descends down into a small underground chamber. You can't see into it, but the tracks lead to this cave.
26 on stealth as I approach the cave.
Well, you are stealthy enough to avoid notice, I think. Yeah, I only had a 16 to hear you coming.
Okay. I creep in and I say, I think I have found the den of our quarry, my men. I'm sneaking up closer to it. I see it. And I pull out my defiler staff and I break it. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Sorry.
A horrible monster is resting in the lair. It's asleep right now. And it
have
looks
you walk
quite
in here with-
horrifying.
I'll have you all come in here with me before we make our attack.
Have we seen what kind of creature this is before?
This is the creature. It is a nightmare beast.
Ah.
Ooh.
Hello.
I don't think I've seen one of those before.
I think you encountered one. These things are terrifying. The legend of the nightmare beast is well known to all Athasians.
So let me just pre-cast some spells, actually, now that I have this opportunity. Let's do an Intellect Fortress. For
Yeah.
1. On myself.
Protection, good and evil.
And let's add a Mage Armor. Well, wait. Is Mage... I don't think Mage Armor even helps me at this stage.
You're wearing plate armor.
Dang. Alright, Heroism.
Intellect Fortress and Heroism?
Yes.
They're not both concentration, are they?
I don't think so.
Heroism.
Okay, Intellect Fortress is...
That thing is not one of the
What's that
creatures
like?
for protection from good and evil.
Well, I didn't know that, and so I cast it anyway.
Heroism is
Alright,
also
Intellect
concentration, so you'll have to pick one or the other. Intellect Fortress, right?
Intellect Fortress, and then I'm going to try to establish psychic communication with this horrible demon creature.
What?
Well, does it not see us already?
It's
It-
asleep.
It's asleep.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to murder it.
Refrain, never mind, sorry. Wait, I have an idea.
No, you don't.
The Dream Stone.
No. Oh my god.
Why?
Everybody's getting ready to ambush the creature, and Ring Sight lays down and goes to sleep.
Taking a peek, hold on, let me look at this. I want to know if this thing has actual thoughts.
Oh my god. Can,
Just give me a second, Jesus.
No, listen. Everybody else, he just went to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Grimorn. I'm looking at Morg. I look at Ring Sights going to sleep next to this thing and shaking my head. And I look back at this nightmare beast with its chest rising and falling with snores in this den. And
Okay,
I
before
raise
this
my
thing gets
eyebrows.
killed, do I see anything?
I raise I raise my eyebrows. Huh? you guys ready?
Sure, the Nightmare Beast is having dreams about how it used its powerful World of Horror attack to obliterate the mind of some lowly scion who happened to be in his territory.
Okay, I'm waking up now. Alright, confirmed, go ahead.
Doing
Ye-
sleight of hand to do silent spells.
This thing's incredibly evil, chaotic evil to the core, and it didn't even do it to eat that man, it just did it to kill him for fun.
Alright, waking up now. Alright,
Feels
just
motivated?
I had to remove all that more ambiguity.
Yeah, Nightmare Beasts are not good things. They are super evil.
Please, continue with your murder, but try to not destroy its corpse.
No promises. So we're all gonna get our supplies round, yes?
Yeah, you can do one surprise around attack.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
No, I'm just gonna let loose on this thing. I'm gonna use action to Sunbeam and bonus action to the Draconic Transformation and breathe force damage on it.
Mhm.
He has to make a DC 24 con save, and then I think the other one's a deck save. Hold on.
AC
Fireball.
21.
I'm gonna do a fireball.
Yeah, and deck save.
He's gonna
Deck save.
save on the first one, but not the second one. Not the first.
Save 25. Dexterity.
He's asleep. He can't make a deck save.
Okay, so he's gonna get hit by a fireball.
Yep.
Do we just roll or?
They just roll damage.
Yeah, roll damage.
I got 46 regular damage,
Alright.
13 psychic.
Oh my.
You were using a magical weapon, right?
Me, yeah.
All right. He's immune to non-magical weapons.
Ooh.
He's gonna take 60 fire damage.
60 fire damage. All right.
That always gets to me.
What?
Me
Okay,
at my best,
so
not nearly as good as you at 5th level. Well, you know, one third. One third
so
level.
for my 2 attacks, he takes half of the 35 radiant damage, and he takes all of the 28 force damage.
All right.
Yeah, but I can't do melee. I'm very unflexible.
It's still alive.
You do 164 damage. It's still alive.
What?
All right. Well, okay, I'm done.
It's quite the wake up.
All right. The nightmare
Time to
beast
return
is going to
I
wake
didn't
up,
do
and
anything
everybody
yet.
is going to roll initiative.
I didn't do anything yet.
Do something. Do something.
I'm doing it. Hold on. Give me a second. Make me an intelligence save.
What are you waiting for?
Him to make an intelligence save.
7.
Yeah, I don't think that works. You will get to take me 12d6 psychic damage, and then you are stunned for a minute.
Oh. Does that give us another?
40 psychic damage and stunned
Damn.
for a minute.
I'm going to use a legendary resistance, so I take
What?
20.
Oi, you were asleep. How are you doing that?
Well, I don't think there's any restriction on legendary resistances for sleeping. He can just do it 3 times a day without restriction.
The bastard.
He's not gonna get stunned.
Nah, he avoids the stun.
Oh man, that'd have been like double surprise.
All right, so then the
Sure is
initiative
convenient
roll.
worked at that frickin' point.
Oh man, is he going to survive? Grimorn and Orin both get another stab before he goes.
I'm gonna do a big fireball. Oh my god.
You can tell the creature's bloodied. So you've done more than half of its health.
So I'm gonna stab again, and 42 regular damage, 22 psychic, so that's 64 total if they both count.
All right.
Alright, give me a sec.
I think you're going to get it. It's going to be close. If your damage numbers are super low, you might not get it.
I'm re-rolling 1 and 2s.
All right, that's enough. You throw another fireball and you kill the nightmare beast with all of your holy magic. It's a good thing. Had he managed to stand up, he was going to hit you with the World of Horror that killed that other scion, and it can do 10d6 psychic damage.
I thought he was gonna teleport away.
It would have hit everybody for 10d6 psychic damage. It would have fucked you guys up.
I think it would have been
Alright,
worse.
harvest time.
I think the teleport would have been worse.
Nah, he doesn't have any teleports. He's a beast with just 10 intelligence.
So this thing has to be rare, though, no?
This is a beast, but it's CR 19. So wild
Whoa.
shaping into it would be impossible.
Okay, so what can I collect on that fucking thing?
Well, let's see. We could do 2 Nightmare Beast horns. 12
And I true polymorph into it
Nightmare
though.
Beast
Oh my gosh.
claws. And 36 Nightmare
True poly.
Beast teeth.
Oh wait, druids can't true polymorph. That's stupid.
All right, I put it in the Discord. You can copy that onto your sheet there if you want to collect a bunch of body parts.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You got it? Are you writing it down?
Yep.
All right, it's yours.
Alright.
Make a note that these, like I said, are CR19 crafting materials.
Okay.
Alright, well,
That's
that's
good.
getting made into a
Polymorph.
bug.
I don't have access to true polymorph.
Can I sacrifice this fucking the rest of his body?
Yeah, if you want to.
Not if you.
I'm-
Oh.
Yeah.
You take your trophies
Alright,
and then you
cool.
burn the body. You want to make that sacrifice roll?
Yeah. Fuck. That one's gonna be. Can you put the table again on that? Okay. Can I get an guidance on this sacrifice?
CR19
Alright.
creature is worth a +3. Alright, so ceremony lasting an hour. No altar. Not desecrated, not unhallowed, not hallowed, not consecrated. Not in front of an important creature, not public, not enough followers, not tortured. Creature is evil aligned, but it's not counter aligned to you.
Can I get an assistance from someone? Tara.
What kind of check is it? that you're
Okay.
doing?
Religion check.
Looks like +4 from the modifiers.
Yeah.
I can give you foresight, which would give you advantage on ability checks and saving throws.
Okay.
No.
I'll take
There
that.
we go, 25.
No.
I got a 10 and then I said no and then I got a 25 instead.
Okay. So I do have advantage or double advantage?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, he's doing the help action to give you advantage, and then the other one... Doesn't that add, like, a dice?
Foresight? No, it just gives you advantage on ability checks.
Alright.
Not sure if that's actually helpful if you're already getting advantage though.
Yeah, you can get a +1 for advantage twice. It's not a huge buff, but it's something.
Yeah.
So adding +5.
Oh, I got 33.
38 total. Yeah, not quite enough for a limited wish, but enough for a divine power. I have to look this up. What does that do? Calling upon the divine power of your patron, you imbue yourself with the strength and skill in combat. Your base attack bonus becomes equal to your character level, which may give you additional attacks. Holy shit.
Oh, that one turns you into a combat monster.
It also gives you a +6 enhancement bonus to strength, and you gain 1 temporary hit point per caster level.
Alright, what was the bonus that he got?
It's a spell.
Which spell? Where is it?
I don't think that directly translates to 5th edition. I'm going to ignore the first half of that spell and just say it gives you the +6 enhancement bonus. That's still pretty good. And you gain 1 temporary hit point per caster level, which is going to be like 18. So
Wait,
18...
Which spell was it?
How long does that last for?
24 hours. So for the next 24 hours, everybody has 18 temp HP, which overwrites your hero's feast.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody that witnesses the ritual sacrifice gains 18 temp hit points and a +6 enhancement bonus to strength.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, can you write that down like exactly what you reading this?
It sucks that it's only 24 hours.
And I don't know which of the sacrifice rewards this is.
Can you say +6 to strength? That's like the score.
Yeah.
Okay. It's caps at 20 or what?
Yeah, if you're already super strong, you can't beat your strength cap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's divine power, I see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. For 24 hours, we're Hercules.
The caster level is 18th, so it'll be 18 temp hit points for 24 hours. And that's better better than your hero's feast, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a 24-hour system encourages you to, like, sacrifice on the march. Like, if you want to make the best use of this, you need to go find something else, to kill something else, to get a more
The
permanent
dominoes
benefit.
going.
Yeah. It's like become an addiction.
All right, so you managed to avenge the member of the Order that was killed by the Nightmare Beast. And you killed the Nightmare Beast, which was a threat to everybody in the region. So people are going to be pleased about that. You found yourself a magic item and some money. And you're going to be able to continue on your journey.
What's the magic item we found?
Sending stones. Ring Sight
Oh, shit.
has a sending stone to contact the Order.
Pretty good.
And Orin got himself some psionic crystals to add to his wall.
Yeah.
All right. So we're heading. We're pretty much at the end of the. There's like 10 minutes at the end of the game.
Okay, so when you're traveling north of the left gauntlet, that's going to put you on this map here. The airship. What happened to the airship? Could have sworn I pulled the airship out, and now it's missing.
It's on the table. I look on Sia's table. I move the characters and stuff there.
Yeah, no luck. I'll grab another one. Okay.
So it seems like, you know, where we started this this game with the airship on, you know, the map for Kern, like we just now made it to there.
Yeah. Yeah, you are back
Right.
on the map.
We are on the map now officially as we conclude the day, the session.
All right. When you get to this point on the map, you're going to notice there's a slave caravan on the road. They're making camp because it's nighttime. They don't travel at night.
Well,
Are we gonna save them?
we can't let this slide.
It is a Dragite military slave column headed towards Ket with new slaves.
Well,
They
I mean, this is good to be.
they have a siege weapon, and there appear
Even
to be Drage Templars leading the procession.
Even better.
How to cook this one?
So you guys are probably going to want to attack and free the slaves, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have that set up, so we could probably save that for next time. And I'll prepare a good encounter with a bunch of interesting Dragites and slave NPCs to interact with.
But that's for next year.
Yeah, it probably will be next year because of the holidays.
Well, that's the thing. Is
all
like,
the same day, or do
what was that?
I was saying, is this all on the same day, or did we get a long rest since the fighting the Nightmare Beast thing?
This would be the following day after the Nightmare Beast.
Okay, then I get my spell slots back.
Yeah. So, I'm looking at the calendar. Like, are you guys gonna have any time during the holidays, or?
I'm going to be around. I'm not going anywhere.
Because it's like the 31st is and the 24th or like would be the next Wednesdays.
Yeah, right on the holiday.
New Year's, I'm most likely traveling though
Yeah,
to my uncle's house.
I figured it was gonna be impossible to get a game going that week. It's probably gonna be into January
The
before we meet back
24th
up.
is probably fine, I think. And then January 7th should be fine, but not the 31st.
Or is there like other days that would work for you guys? Or I don't know if you guys feel like moving the day or something like that.
I mean, I'm in midterms right now, so I'll be
Probably
available a lot more.
like either the 30th or before, or probably like the 2nd or after. So just not the 31st or the 1st.
See, the 24th is next week. 25th is Christmas.
Yeah, I am off like until next year, until the 5th. So
2-week vacation.
yeah, so for me, like you guys tell me when if it works for you guys, and I'll be there.
Yeah, my schedule's open too, so it's basically up to Long and Ringside to pick a good day.
Yeah, and we'll like if you guys want to
Will.
play, or else it won't be until January.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Yeah. Well, you guys look into your schedule and see what works. That would be fun to
Monday,
like,
Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Any of those times.
yeah. I'll be free. So Taro, and you know all of you, like we just need to stay in touch and look at our Discord.
Yeah.
To make sure that we don't miss it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be planning for the 24th probably. That's the day I guess
24th?
is probably gonna work.
Definitely not going to happen.
Not the 24th. All right, 23rd,
yes.
Tuesday.
New Year's Eve, I will not be available at all.
Yeah, you got kids and all this stuff.
I thought New Year's was the 31st.
I'm sorry, I meant Christmas. Christmas Eve.
Yeah, yeah. All right, all right.
Definitely not be
So,
at all.
what about the Tuesday before that?
I'm good.
The 24th is
On
the
the 23rd?
Wednesday.
I am free on the 23rd.
But the 23rd is fine for me.
Taro, 23rd.
I
Tuesday.
think he disconnected.
All right.
I think I can.
All right. We'll aim for the Tuesday next week then. All right.
All
Yeah?
right then.
All right.
Alright, see you guys later.
Yep.
See ya. Night night.
Thanks
Hey,
for
guys.
watching out there in Twitch land. I'm gonna end the stream there.